Welcome to the Peew. Oh, yeah. Who are you talking about today?
We're talking about Desmond.
Desmond is
amazing.
Desmond is amazing. And that's his Instagram handle.
So who is this Desmond?
Desmond is...
Why is he amazing?
So far, I think and the Pewers will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's the youngest club kid on record.
Why so?
Because he's the youngest club kid on record.
And which means what?
It means he's the youngest club kid on record. In America, we like to say they're the youngest, or they're the biggest, or they're the greatest, or they had the most, or whatever.
But what does
it's
it mean?
Headline.
But what does that mean when you're 10 years old?
Well, when I was 10, Desmond is doing right now, at around 10 years old, what I wished I could have done when I was 10, but didn't have the balls to do. Or did not have the balls to do something. I don't know if you know who he is. Desmond,
I've seen his Instagram.
No, them.
He's a little Instagram star.
Yes. Yes, but
little, and he's an Instagram star.
But he's also and
he loves drag queens.
A legitimate club kid because he is a.
Well, is he a club kid or is he a drag queen?
Well, now that's the question, and that was always a question because what is it? All club kids are all drag queens are club kids, but not all club kids are
because some
drag queens are club kids, but not all club kids are drag queens.
Well, one thing that you can safely say is that club kids were the gateway drag for many drag queens. Yes, because it's like the bisexual thing turning into gay thing, right? Right. First you're bi, then you're gay.
Yeah. And they're still doing that, kids now. They're like, oh, I'm bi.
Well, sometimes you just don't know.
Jenner.
Well, sometimes you just don't know.
I guess, you know what I mean.
And then there are those genuinely bi people. Well, we're not saying, we don't know what Desmond is. He's too little.
And it's kind of...
and who cares?
Yeah. But
he does like drag.
He does like drag.
And he likes lipstick.
But yeah, but you know, you have to be careful because it's not, just because he's wearing makeup doesn't necessarily mean he's drag. Like the image we just saw, he was like yellow and green and blue and flowers and everything. That's not really drag. That's like something else.
Although he is prone to taking lots of selfies with drag queens.
Yes.
And not that many pictures with club kids.
Well, the pictures we were seeing were at DragCon. So.
Right. So he recently went to DragCon, which I did not. Did you go to it?
I did not.
I thought you were going to have a table there.
I did not.
Why not?
I don't know. I mean, I do know.
You said you and James were going to have a table there.
Yes, and we were all set to do that. And at the very last minute, we did not get the table because of a snafu.
A snafu?
A snafu.
Okay.
A snafu, Paul. No. No, actually, it was not a snafu, Paul. It was a snafu.
Okay. So no table like that. So you didn't go to DragCon?
Did not.
So
James went.
Presumably.
Yeah, he.
he was here.
What do you call it? Monitored? No, not monitored. We do a panel.
He moderated.
Moderated a panel. Yeah.
About what?
I don't know, but it was definitely a panel. Oh, and it was a panel. I think it might have even been on like 90s. I don't know. I think Michael Musto and Amanda were on the panel.
Okay. Well, getting back to Desmond.
Panel with Michael Musto and Amanda.
Getting back to Desmond.
Yeah. I don't know why we could.
Because he was at DragCon.
Yeah. So he's. He. I think there's, unlike a lot of the other Instagram stars, I think there's some substance here because he's genuinely, he's actually very courageous. I mean, like, it's hard, 10 years old, you want to fit in, you want to like be accepted by everybody or whatever, and he has such self-esteem that that's not so important to him. So it's kind of
well, we're going to interview, or we're working on interviewing Desmond, but one of the things that I was thinking when I first saw his Instagram was whether it really was his Instagram or whether it was some stage parents.
Momager.
Right. Or papager.
Yeah.
Because, in general, like 10-year-old kids don't have Instagram
Well,
sites.
really? Nowadays,
I mean,
don't
maybe
they?
some do, but
Yeah.
but not like but not
He's
with
got a
the
whole
content,
supplement. Yeah.
not with the content that he has on his Instagram. So it seemed like a little adult to me.
Well, somebody probably almost had to have helped him in some way, but I mean that doesn't really mean anything. I mean, maybe he said, "Mom, Dad, can you help me?"
All right.
I mean, I don't know. That's the cynic in you.
That's a lot of selfies. Well, in general, I tend to prefer
Being
Instagram feeds that are not just one selfie after another. Because that's
agree.
it's very like, to me, that's very like middle school girl.
And
and when you see grown men doing it, it's the worst.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you do it. I'm just saying that
I consciously
endless selfies to me
and
are
do you
like
notice
middle
too,
school.
that when they do
girl.
that, a lot of times it's the same selfie over and over.
Right.
Like the same pose. Like
Right. So then it's bad enough that like these 13-year-old girls are doing it on Instagram, but then when you've got like 30-year-old men or
50-year-old men.
grown women doing it, it's just like, ugh, I kind of avoid those Instagrams.
Yeah, that's an example of the infantilization of America and how 50 years ago, if there was an Instagram, you would have never found 50-year-olds on Instagram because 50 years ago, people who were 20 were already mature adults and they were buying houses and they were having whatever, bank account, whatever. But because I remember when my parents were in their 20s and they were very adult and they dressed in a very adult way. They had, my mom had, cat eye glasses and the suit, they were dressed like adults. And even when they're 19, they were dressed like adults. And now you have 50-year-olds who are dressed like children. So this is an example of that.
All right.
Don't you think?
I do, and it just depends on what the content on the Instagram is, because you can have a mature.
No, I meant the idea of like a 50-year-old doing endless selfies is like.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's the infantilization.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Happy birthday in a warm bath through those nice nights. I remember always, I got such a fright. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday.
Listening and dancing to music is awesome!
Welcome back to the Peew.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Pew, where Ernie and I are having a very big disagreement.
Heated discussion.
Heated discussion. World War III.
Well, not really World War III. We don't really fight that much.
No. Whatever you do,
Well,
wherever you go, you know that we'll do it together.
I mean, we do fight, but not that often.
Friendship, the perfect friendship. That's all.
It's about social media.
Yes. Social media.
Michael was asking me about the Instagram for
Well,
the
see, this
Peew.
is, yeah, but it's more than that. Because we get messages from people periodically who offer to volunteer their time and effort or their skill to help the show in some way. And the Pew has an Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages, but nobody, we stopped.
They're not
there's-
managed right now
Right.
because just in the past we had other people who volunteered to do it and it just didn't go well, and then they
Well,
stopped it and they
because
stopped
they
doing
were
it.
lacking direction, really, because we didn't have the time to kind of show them what to do or tell them what we wanted them to do. I like to hire people who kind of just go off and do their own thing without needing much direction.
Right, that's called self-direction, which
Yeah,
is a highly prized quality
Especially
in the
nowadays,
business
it's
world.
hard to find.
It's not that hard to find.
Well, it's harder to find, I think, than it used to be. But anyway, so we didn't have people who were have that mindset. So the sites weren't really, nothing was happening with them. But we are getting messages from people who want to make them happen. So I was going through the messages and I was going to contact those people and see if we could get the sites up and running again. But Ernie said,
Here's the debate that I said to Michael that I think it's premature to focus on.
not immature, premature.
Right, it's premature because in the past, I would say 6 weeks, we've had so much difficulty just getting in the same room to record episodes of our show that it just seems an unnecessary distraction to be worrying about posting on social media about the Peew when we're not even recording new episodes.
But that's going a little. We are recording new episodes.
Well,
Maybe
we're
not as
recording new
fast as-
episodes, we're recording them now, but
Yeah.
we essentially went a whole month without recording new
Okay,
episodes.
but I don't think that I still don't see the connection, because the reason we weren't filming them isn't because we were spending all our time running social media. It was because we were busy with our lives. And
hence the unnecessary distraction of spending time on the
Yes, but
social
if we're
media.
not able
If we're so busy with our lives that we can't even sit down and record episodes, then why take even more of our precious time and spend it on social media?
because if the reason we are not in the same room to film is that you're busy one day and I'm not, then when I'm not busy, then I could be taking that time, using that time to contact these people and get social media up, and then it wouldn't be a waste of time. It would be something, it would actually be the opposite of a waste of time, which I don't know what that is. But I
An
would
investment in
an
time.
investment, okay. And so I would be doing that instead of nothing. So, well, not nothing, but instead of something else. But something else not peer related. So we would be, I thought, helping the show, and also through those new connections with the social media would come story ideas and such, and the show would grow.
Well, the debate continues. There's been no resolution.
The debate is over as far as I'm concerned. I'm right, and Ernie's wrong, and I'm sure the messages, comments on the viewers will prove that.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.